Hey guys, it's me, Crow from Team Ghost Snails, and I currently have BA, Scraps, and Orcust. A little bit of context for this is after we came from Lockhaven, I was playing Thunder Dragon Orcust, and it was a fun little combination of cards that I didn't think would work well together, but they did. And I wanted to play something on the term of Orcust and be able to utilize the deck more. Another deck list came out where Orcust was able to play, but with Scrap Recycler. So I went to incorporate that into another deck. So I said, what's another deck that can float as well as Orcust? And BA is the answer. I've always been playing BA. I've been playing BA PK for a while, and then when I stopped around before Lynx came out, I wanted to continue. So we're gonna get into this deck profile, and hopefully you guys may take some tips, and I might show you guys a combo later, hopefully, if I feel generous enough to your god. The first content thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you the BA. The first thing we're gonna do is the BA engine. The first card is Graph, Seer, Calcab, Farfa, Alec, Scarm, and I can't read his name right, but Alblick, I hope I said his name right. I probably butchered it. Dragoo, I believe it's safe. We're gonna push these to the side. We have the Graph and Seer because they generate so much with Dante, and and it's just constantly a plus when they float. I added Calcab and Alec in case my opponent makes me go first, or if they just have that card in place and I just need to negate something. Then after that we have Farfa and Scarm, just because sometimes I go into most of my BA combos, so Scarm just helps me searches most of them out when I need to like thin out my deck as well, and Farfa actually kills a lot of problematic cards. So like for Gokis, when they make, what's it called? For certain Goki cards, like, it'll just stop those certain combos when they will just go into IP. And the one drag is because I constantly want to go to certain cards. So, like, I'll use him to get my Farfa to stop a combo. Or I would use him to put Seer, so next time I can draw into him. Like, he has some applications, and he's also an extra card to, like, float. Because you don't always want to have, like, a very good Burning Abyss to drop. So, it's just good to have those. Those are the Burning Abyss cards we use. I use the Danger Engine only for the simple fact that you need those extra draws. So, I play double Susanoko just because it's a good normal summon at level 3 and it helps out a lot. We also have double Jackalope. Jackalope basically opens up your combos so that you can also get your Susanoko on board in case they make you discard the Jackalope and then summon the Jackalope off of his own effect. And those are the only two ofs we have in the deck for dangers. Past that, we have one Mothman because he's dark, no matter what, Dark World dealings, and also the ability to recur. The Monster Reborn for dangers, which is always good. The Searcher, one Nessie, because he's always the search, just because searching. And then we have one Bigfoot and one Thunderbird because you always want the ability to pop. It's always, you're going to be discarding a lot and you always want to pop, so Thunderbird and Bigfoot just constantly make the combos go. Now we're going to get into the small... I have a small Orcust engine. It's nothing big because most of your Orcust combo off each other and you get to return in the deck. So we have 2 Nightmares, 2 World Wands, and 2 Skeletons.
Just like overlapped. Because I can't reach.
We have the 2 Skeletons.
Yeah.
We have the 2 Skeletons because they're the Monster Reborn, and it's just the most useful card. And you can just say Babel Skeleton twice. Usually, by the time I finish my combos, I have both Skeletons. If on a good combo, you'll have both Skeletons in grave plus a Nightmare. So you really have no reason not to have them. But you don't want to play him at 3 because it'll overclunk. You don't want to play him at 1 because your opponent will say, alright, cool, I'll activate the Called by the Grave, and then he'll be out a skeleton. So it's always good to just have the second one. Past that, we've run the 2 World Wands because I use it to combo into my Nightmare, and there have been times where I open-handed it and I have to just forcefully summon it, which sucks, but you know, like, you get past a lot of the clunkiness with going into main combos. And then we have the 2 Nightmare, which basically empties out your deck. It cuts everything down, it makes everything... But most of the times you will not see your Orcust in hand, nor field, because you'll have them in your grave for the ending of your combos. So that's my little Orcust engine I'm running. And then for the normal summons... And for the normal summons, we run triple Scrap Recycler and 1 Tour Guide. My original thing was I was going to run 2 Tour Guides, triple Scrap Recycler. The 1 Tour Guide basically makes it so if you need to go into Dante or if you don't have the Scrap Recycler, she just opens up a good amount of combos. Like sometimes you'll go Dante into dropping every single combo piece you need, and then you can still go off into Calamities.
You do know she's at 2 now, though, right?
No, I do. I just don't have the second one. I literally just had that. I just said it.
What do you mean? You never said anything.
I hate you. But in all honesty, you're right. I should run 2. But in this deck, it's just not worth to have the second one.
Alright.
You play the triple Recycler because that is your main combo piece. Because he's literally your 1-card combo into full board. And it's honestly, I could say he's broken. He's broken in this deck. He makes everything great. And you just summon him, you drop another card, and then you can go ham. I'll show you the guy's combo later, just so you can understand like what I mean by that. And I'll probably be the only combo. Past that, the only other, before hand traps, I do run hand traps in this deck. But before those, we have 1 Scrap Golem, 1 Silent Boots, and 1 Mecha Beast O-Line. These are your important combo pieces. I don't run gloves in this one. Most people run gloves so they can have the extra search to drop him into the graveyard. I don't do that because I see no point in needing it if most of your deck counters it out. And plus, you'd rather have the 1-ups because no matter what, you're going to drop it in grave anyway. Scrap Golem, these guys are just for the 1-card combo as well. He is very important to the combo because when you drop him and you get a free token and you can go into Freak Link summoning. That's just how I see those cards. And then the last amount of monsters I'll even have, these are just hand traps. I run 2 Effect Failure and 2 Ashes. I run the 2 Ashes because I'm tired of Rhodas. I run the Effect Failures because I'm tired of certain cards. And the fun fact about Effect Failure is he's not once per turn. He is until the end of turn. So you can just say, summon out a monster to start off combo. Effect Failure. Summon out another monster. Effect Failure. What are you going to do then? It's just very helpful, and it just stops, like, they just stop a lot of plays that you don't want to see, and it's just a very worthwhile combo. Most of this is your deck. All your monsters are your deck, because remember, it is a Burning Abyss deck, so that's pretty much it. For the spells, we have nothing but draw spells, so we have double Allure. Sorry about the mismatch. I'm trying to get another Ultra in the deck. Allure of Darkness just opens up your plays. Not really, just draw cards. Double Orchestrator Return. Good Orcust card. It empties out your any Orcusts in your hand, and you just plus. You want to plus as much with this deck, so it works. 1 card Destruction, 1 Pot of Avarice, because when they unbanned this deck became very prompt to bringing clutches in. There have been so many times I missed out game speed because of time. But the thing is that I actually brought back a game from 500 life points because I said Pot of Avarice and I drew into my combo pieces and then I blew up their field and then swung for game. So Pot of Avarice is just very good. And then card destruction as well because your opponent will have an entirely broken hand and you'll just get rid of it with card destruction. Nothing will get anybody more salty than that. Past that, we have Foolish Burial in case you just need to drop that extra thing. Drop that extra monster. 1 Babel because of Orcust monsters. But Rank Up Magic Launch because we do run the Calamities combo in here. You just go Dig Girsu, Phantom Rank Up Magic, and then you get a free Calamities. So why would you not want that? Like, really, who are you if you don't want a free Calamities at this point in time in the game? And then...
Cedric. So much shots.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
But past that, the only 2 cards we have left is 2 evenly matches because I want to go second.
Boy. I love how, totally unrelated, but I love how technically, it's a 6 samurai card. Do you not know that?
No, I didn't actually.
The artwork is 6 samurai. Look at it. I'll even show one to the viewer. This is a 6 samurai card. The 2 guys in the middle.
It doesn't say 6 samurai. It's not a 6 samurai.
The one in the middle, I think, is Xian and
No,
Kizan.
it's Xian fighting Kizan, and then it's the other
You have
guys.
Grandmaster on the right there. And I think that's General on the left. On the front left, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just found that out when I was trying to find, when I was like bitching that I only have 2 and I need a 3rd. And I was just looking, I was like, wait, this is a 6 samurai card. The fuck? Yeah, but it's just a fun fact.
I'm playing 2 evenly matches. I don't have the 3rd, so I don't have really anything for it. Yeah, pretty much. None of us have play sets of this card for no reason.
I have 2 and he has 2, and we keep bitching
to each other, saying, "Yo, give me your evenly match. I want it for tournament."
Yeah.
To be honest, I usually would never play evenly match, but in this build, I kind of have to. So that's the only reason I run the 2. But it's also the only trap in deck, so it's not like I'm gonna run into it much of the time. But with my luck, I open hand it most of the time. So far, this is a 40 card deck. It doesn't look like it, but it is a 40 card deck. All these are, it's a pretty cheap deck, so for a budget player, it's not that hard. Unfortunately, I max out my rarities, so I tend to spend a little bit more. In the extra deck, that's where most of the money would go. And to be honest, even without the extra deck, you're going to spend a good deal amount. Your deck.
It's fine.
Okay. We're going to start this out. For the Orcust, we're going to start with links, and then we'll go into the XCs, because I feel like it's important, because that explains a lot. We start off with 2 Galateas, the Orcust automation. Broken. Just purely broken. Not only does she recycle all your pieces for going into other Orcust combos, but she also just sets the Babel. And here's the thing, is that even if you cannot Ash this card. You cannot Ash her because it is not a search, it is a set. And it's still stupid. You can bypass so many a good amount of hand traps because of that ability. But it's just a good card. You don't play the 3rd one. You never play the 3rd one. You only need 2 because there's no reason for you to have a 3rd one. And if you're going into the 3rd one, there's a problem. 1 IP. She's just goes into, if you're going first, she's just good to go throw down, just get the extra effects off, and just say, alright, cool, Nightmare Unicorn, pop. Or you go into your other specific card, $50 card. And I will also say the prices, like, she is 50 by the time of us recording. These are currently 30s, 35s by the time of recording. The original ones would be dirt cheap. These are just, I just like maxing out my rarities. We have 1 Scrap Wyvern. He just opens up so much combos, and he blows up the field as well, so it's just so stupid how you can just go off with the 1 card. And like I said, I'll show you all the combo later, but it's just eternally stupid. For the Link 3s, we have 1 Nightmare Unicorn. Stupid card, you go into IP and you drop it. And then we have Trishbania, Tropological Trishbania. I played an Altergeist player in tournament, and then I just slapped him down, summoned a monster under it, and just blew up his entire back row and won just because he couldn't do anything. And it was just the best feeling ever. But that's pretty much why I play it. For the Link, I have another Link too, I didn't see. 1 Wee Witch, but she's going to get replaced anyway. She's going to become Cherubini. But the only reason I play her now is because she just basically makes stall game easier. And then we have the 1 Bola Sword, because Bola Sword. For the Xyz monsters, this is just the way I built the deck, but but this deck is very viable. So I play the 1 True King of all Calamities because we have the ability of doing that. It's just a good card. Honestly, everyone's playing it. I don't see, honestly, why you wouldn't. It's just stupidly good. 2 Dingirsus. It's Dingirsu. I don't know what to tell you, honestly. But Dingirsu now has another use, because of the ban list coming out and bringing out rank up launch, he can just get you into calamities because you just summon him, pop something off on your opponent's turn, activate the rank up launch, and then he becomes calamities. Like, honestly, who doesn't want that ability? Like, you'd got to be really dumb to not say, okay, that's actually pretty good. One Beatrice. Honestly, she's not that good in the deck until, like, your next turn. But she does get rid of a lot of Burning Abyss cards, and she also blocks a lot of damage sometimes. But, you know, like, I think you can find a better card, so that's just my honest opinion. We do run Double Dante. Double Dante because, let's be real, it's Dante. And it's just a very good card. He floats, he actually, there was a time where I Dante'd, sent Orcust Nightmare, Skeleton, and then I sent another card, and then I set the O-line, so I ended up getting my token plus that, and then I had the Scarp Recycler on field, but I didn't get to use this effect because it got effect failed, so I just went into my combos, and it just went ham. And then last but not least, Phantom Knights of the Breaksword. I only run him in case of certain things. We just need the extra rank 3 toolbox card, but he also has the special thing where he can float your own Burning Abyss. So if you summon the Burning Abyss, summon your Breaksword. So, like, if you have a Graph and a Seer on him, you activate his effect, he pops himself, and then pops another card in your opponent's field. So you'll basically get a free, another Xyz 3 for the simple fact of just destroying one card. And it's just constant, and it's just honestly plussing at that point. That's the extra deck, and the side deck's pretty generic. Nothing really changed from that. From my older cards, but this is what I have. I have triple Nibiru because it honestly Nibiru is just good. Stops a lot of decks that I don't like, and it's just a good card in general. We run 2 Ghost Ogres. The only real tough deck I have to deal with has been True King Dinos, and has also been actually Mystic Mind decks. So what I would, and even what's it called? I had trouble with Gene Raiders because that's a very good deck and they lock you out of your own hand, so with the field spell. So you would have these, they would activate the field spell, so even if they get their monster without the field spell, the next turn they're not going to do much even if they dealt damage to you. So it's just good to have your 2 Ghost Ogres to side them out. We also have the 3rd Ash Blossom because Ash. And what I originally wanted to play was 2, but I have 1 No Materials and a No Material and Artifact Lancia. He's a very good card. He just stops some plays. And it's honestly situationable, but certain decks have to go certain ways. So I believe he also says Link as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he just stops a lot of Link plays, and he just stops a lot of plays in general. So you'll just go ham with him. Lancia is going to be replaced by another No Material, but No Material is a very good card, especially in Master Rule 5. He's going to be very broken, so I would say get him while you can, peeps. These are just generic cards because I have nothing else to really be afraid of. So I have triple Called by the Grave because at past hand traps I have really nothing to be worried about. So it's just triple Called. We have double Twin Twisters because I hate back row decks in this deck. I'd still blow stuff up, but it's just good to have back row hate. I believe that you should always have back row hate in your deck, so Twin Twisters. 1 Mind Control because Mind Control, and then 1 Red Reboot for any Altergeist player. Why it's at 1? God, I understand why it's at 1, but it's just, it kind of...
What do you mean? I don't.
I honestly think Red Reboot shouldn't have been, if anything, at 2.
Yeah.
Because now decks like Altergeist and all that stuff, they don't have really any counter past this. And even they run this. So if you Red Reboot an Altergeist player, they just Red Reboot you back, you look stupid. So I honestly don't know why it's like that, unless they're somehow making this wacky, tacky new deck that shoots back row like pew pew. But I honestly don't believe it. I did say I would show a combo, so...
We could save that for another video, though.
That's a whole nother video?
Yeah.
See you guys eat! But in all honesty...
Is there anything you like to change, except for the Cherubini you said, and the No Material?
Past the Cherubini and the No Material, there is... The only problem I see with this deck is that you you would kind of get blown out by decks similar to this. So, like, you could get grinded out. The grind game could be sometimes hard if they're playing the same deck you can. Like, I know someone else who we both play different Altergeist decks. Not Altergeist. We're playing 2 different decks. Like, I'm playing Burning Abyss with the Orcust combo, and he's playing the pure Orcust. But the grind game gets very hard. So, it's just, if you get into grind game, I would say you would replace it with more draw power. But past that, I never really had a problem. Cherubini you kind of need it in this deck because it would kind of make things easier, but you don't really have to have it. Other than that, it's a very good deck. It's reliable. If you're looking to make your own first deck and you're trying to like play in Master 05, this deck is honestly viable in Master 05. But the only problem with it is currently with Link still being running rampant, it doesn't have full potential. Like, it's just the full potential's not there and you just can't go off. But past that, it's a very reliable deck. Like, people would love it, and I just think if it had more if there's just more support to like more draw power or at least something, it would probably be a better deck. But past that, it's very good and reliable. Thank you all for watching, and see you guys in the next video.